Hey there. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Tomorrow is the start to my last week of radiation. If you remember, I have been doing this specialized new science radiation on my lungs. They are going after the spot, the piece of cancer that everyone said. Surgeon after surgeon, oncologist after oncologist, there's just nothing we can do. You need to just accept it and prepare to die, Nicole. But I found a little bit of new science and a doctor that said, hey, I don't have a cure for you. I make no promises, but I absolutely, if you're willing to do it, I am too. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And it has been a lot. Not physically. It has been, I don't, yet. I should say yet. My nurse shared with me last week that this is the week that most likely I'm going to get the radiation fatigue, which means I get to sleep all the time. Yay! But so far, it hasn't impacted my breathing. I'm not short of breath. As a matter of fact, this morning, there was a neighborhood race called the Ravenswood Run in my neighborhood that my wife and I have done for years together. And we haven't been able to do it because of my cancer, but also her knee. If you recall, my wife had a bum knee for several years and she couldn't get it fixed because she's been caretaking for me, and we got her a brand new knee this year, and she's doing great. I signed up for this race, fun run, race, walk. For me, it was a lot of falling forward. I am very, very sore. It feels awesome to be physically sore from something that you did, right? So we signed up for this because after each week of radiation, I want to do something that is kind of celebratory and also pushes me. Because I'm frankly, yes, I'd like to celebrate, but more, I'm really scared. I want to as much as possible, because I don't have that fatigue side effect right now. I want to do things. I want to go for walks. I want to physically do things because I am afraid that, to not. So we signed up for this, and my wife power walked it. She crushed it. She did great time, as a matter of fact. And I finished it. I walked, I jogged, I crawled. I finished it, and it was glorious. It's funny. My technicians were sharing this week that they love when I come in because I'm dancing in the lobby. I'm being generally silly, and that's how I cope. That's how I cope. They think I'm dancing in the lobby because I'm so freaking cheerful about radiation. No, it's because, as I've told you before, the radiation lobby is zombie land. Everybody is ashen and sleeping and falling out of their chairs. And frankly, I'm just scared to sit down because I'm afraid that I'll turn into a zombie too. But they think that it's all about my approach, which it is. Of course, it is. Choosing to shit rainbows instead of sitting in anger and sadness all the time. Yes, of course, it is. But, that was the thing that I was thinking about this week, because we got into this long discussion about people's approach and how people get overwhelmed by this disease, whether it be emotionally, mentally, physically. Treatment crushes you. This is It's really hard shit. And they truly believe that choosing our approach and choosing to shit rainbows keeps us here longer, in their opinion, from all the patients that they've seen and dealt with over the years, right? And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, you know, there is so much of my approach, but there's another reason that I'm always dancing in the lobby, and there's another reason that when I go in for chemo, I'm pacing the hallways, dancing in the hallways, working out in the hallways. Sometimes, you know, it's because that to access my body has not been a choice during this time, right? The only choice that we have, the only thing that's in our control, is what we do with our minds. And so yes, our approach is very, very important, but if I didn't have the accessibility, if I didn't get my body back, and it's not, I don't have my body back, I have, it's working again. You know, going to that race today also makes me super sad about, I don't know if I'll ever have my body back. That's for a different time. More what I was thinking this week is I don't know if I've gotten to this point solely from my approach, or the fact that something snapped the 24-hour-a-day chronic pain that I was in. Something broke the fatigue that had me so tired that I could barely lift my head. I think in that first year, there was time and time again that I was questioning, when is enough enough? How much do we suffer? And how much do we allow that? And it wasn't my approach, and it wasn't shitting rainbows that turned that around, so that some days I can have this. It was because something in the science made it so that I could access my body again. And that's why I dance, and that's why I sign up for neighborhood runs that are terribly difficult to do. I can't walk right now. My hips are so torn up. I'm barely, after our conversation, gonna be able to make it up the stairs to crawl into my bed. But again, it's glorious to be exhausted from doing it, and not from being sick, from doing something, not being sick. I don't know. I took a gamble with this radiation, and I didn't want to admit how scared I was and how scared I still am, because I'm still getting the radiation. I have fought and clawed my way back to having a body that can work sometimes when it so chooses, right? That I made the choice to do this radiation, and I could cause it to go away. And Yeah. So even though my hips hurt, I run because I can, I walk because I can, I dance because I can, and I will wake up tomorrow morning, I will find my Zen space, and I will go in for those last radiations because I can. Okay. I'm gonna let you go so that I can find a way to get off of this couch and go to bed. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you later in the week.